Hello, folks. So, in this video, I wanted to talk about people who are easy to help and people who are, harder to help. I mean, a lot of times, for example, let's take the example of a school. A lot of times, people are like, say the teachers and anyone in the school, like say the principal and whoever, the headmistress, headmaster, and everyone are like, this person is great in studying and all that, and they get good grades and whatnot. And some kid gets bad grades. It's the same teacher teaching both the sets of students who are scoring great and who are scoring bad also, right? Let's assume that every student is putting almost the same amount of effort, right? But then it's not enough for some students, while it is enough for others due to various reasons, because some people probably need to put in more effort and all that. But then you notice that teachers say stuff like, this student is a great student versus this student is not so great. Actually, it's a stupid thing to say sometimes, I think, because assuming that the students have actually put in enough effort, a lot of times it also means that the teacher wasn't great. When a student doesn't do great, you never blame the student. When you blame the student, that's the mentality of a bad teacher. You blame the teacher, right? Of course, like there can be issues like motivation, health issues, mental health issues, physical health issues, or just not enough practice by the student and whatnot. But you never blame the student. You say the teacher did not teach well, and the teacher could have done more, right? With the right teacher and right environment, a student can learn, right? It's easy to say for the teacher, it's easy for the teacher to say something like, this student is a great student, right? Versus someone else is a bad student. The funny thing is, it's easy to teach or help great students. You don't even have to help them, they just are good, because they put in the efforts, and the amount of effort that they put in was enough for them, right? For their expertise or hard work and the skills and whatnot, right? It's actually hard to actually help and teach the students who are actually not so great, who are either not able to work so hard as hard as the other students who are great, or they're able to work as hard as students who are great, but then that's still not enough for them, and they need something more. So, in a lot of ways, if you think about it, it's easy to help people who don't need that much help, right? And you can easily say, hey, I helped them become the greatest student, the greatest doctor, the greatest scientist, and whatnot. It's most possible, it's more probable that, most probably, like, they just the student or the scientist or whoever it is just learned a lot by themselves, and the teacher didn't do much actually, right? It's easy for the teacher to say, I am this student's teacher, and this student is they get all A grades, A plus grades, and whatnot. They aced all the tests, exams, and whatnot. You know, but ideally, you have to put in the hard work only when the student is struggling. So this is true for a teacher and a student who's struggling. So, yeah, I mean, great teachers are great at teaching even the students who are deemed or labeled as bad students, or students who are labeled as slow learners, weak students, um, or just failures or anything bad like that, right? Like students who can't succeed in life, right? And a similar analogy can be used for doctors. Say a doctor who can actually help someone who thinks that they cannot be helped, or if a doctor helps someone who is labeled as someone who cannot be helped, who cannot be treated, that's pretty big, right? Versus a doctor who goes and helps some of the best people in the world who are kind of the healthiest, and then the doctor is like, I did something great. Well, you didn't have to really do anything at all, because the people whom you helped didn't really need much help at all. So if you want to do something great, if you want to do something hard, you basically go ahead and help people who cannot be helped, or who are marked as or labeled as cannot be helped by the society, or people who label themselves as someone who cannot be helped, right? Some like people who label themselves as failures, people who give up themselves, or people who accept what the society tells them and labels them as. So, a doctor, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or anyone who wants to help someone, a teacher, a parent, anyone who wants to help someone, their child, their patient, their client, you know, you are the best only if you are able to help even the people who are labeled as the worst. You're not the best by helping people who are the best already. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to do something great, help the people who are labeled as who cannot be helped. So, yeah, that's all I had for this video, talking about help and what's a good teacher, a great teacher, and how a great teacher actually can help even the students who are labeled as bad or worse or the worst. That's all I had for this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.